Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem. And in today's top stories, Israel prepares for the expansion of its ground offensive into the town of Rafah, while the Biden administration ratchets up pressure on Jerusalem to increase humanitarian aid into the Gaza Strip. The Islamist Hamas terror organization claims to refuse any negotiations for a humanitarian short-term ceasefire unless the IDF withdraws all of its forces from the Gaza Strip. Turkey threatens Israel with dire consequences if Muslims are impeded from worshipping on the Temple Mount during the month of Ramadan. Jerusalem remains unyieldingly resolved to fulfill its responsibilities towards the people of Israel to eradicate the Islamist Hamas and its terror affiliates in the Gaza Strip. The IDF, in close collaboration with the ISA, is preparing to expand its ground offensive into the enclave's southern town of Rafah that borders with Egypt, according to three top intelligence officials who've spoken to TV7 on this matter. From the moment of a concrete political directive by Jerusalem's war cabinet, relocating the approximately 1.2 million Gazans from the town of Rafah to a designated secure location within the Gaza Strip could take up to 1.5 to 2 weeks. And while all planned contingencies for such a highly complex operation are continuously being updated ahead of the moment of truth, the Israeli War Cabinet has yet to share its plans with the U.S. Department of Defense.
We have not seen a plan yet from the Israelis when it comes to Rafah operations.
U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin hosted Israeli War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz at the Pentagon last night, during the course of which the two top defense officials discussed a long variety of issues related to the war against Hamas in Gaza, among other concrete regional issues of crucial importance.
Separately, Secretary Austin hosted Minister Benny Gantz, a member of the Israeli War Cabinet, for a bilateral meeting today in the Pentagon. During the meeting, Secretary Austin condemned Hamas's attack against Israel on October 7th and called for the release of all hostages held by Hamas. The Secretary also expressed strong concerns over the humanitarian situation in Gaza and requested Minister Gantz's support in enabling more humanitarian assistance and distribution into Gaza. Secretary Austin also emphasized the critical need for a credible and implementable plan for protecting civilians and addressing the humanitarian situation prior to any ground operations in Rafah.
Asked to address a misguided perception of a supposed paradox of providing Israel with munitions, while in parallel delivering the Palestinian population of the terror-infested territory with humanitarian aid, General Ryder highlighted further that while the United States remains ironclad in support for Israel's right to self-defense, the Biden administration also recognizes the importance of ensuring the safety of the people of Gaza.
Israel was attacked by Hamas on October 7th, over 1,200 people killed, over 200 hostages taken, half of whom are still being held by Hamas. Hamas has not laid down its arms. It continues to present a significant and potentially existential threat to Israel. And Israel has an inherent right to defend itself. And as a strong partner, long-standing partner of the United States, our support for Israel's right to defend itself is ironclad, and we will continue to support them and ensure they have what they need to defend their people and protect their citizens from future terrorist attacks by Hamas. At the same time, as we've been saying for a very long time, and I mentioned earlier, over $180 million in humanitarian assistance to people in Gaza from the U.S. government, we recognize the importance of ensuring that the people in Gaza can remain safe.
It is important to highlight that the United States, alongside the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, stepped up efforts to transfer aid into the Gaza Strip via airdrops, seeking to expand the volume of humanitarian assistance entering the terror-ridden enclave, with complete disregard to the fact that much of this aid undoubtedly sustains the terror groups fighting Israel.
As President Biden has said, this will be a part of a sustained effort with our international partners to scale up the amount of life-saving aid that we're getting into Gaza. And as I said last week, we're exploring other channels to get aid into Gaza, including a maritime route To that end, we're looking at both military and commercial options to move assistance by sea. There's still an awful lot of work that's being done on this to flesh it out. Of course, we're also going to continue to urge Israel to facilitate more trucks and more routes, opening up more crossings so that more aid can get into people in need and increase that flow.
Meanwhile, the Islamist Hamas terror organization has thus far rejected an outline presented to it by the Qatari and Egyptian mediation teams. Instead, the Islamist Hamas adopted a delusional position, hoping to somehow save its remaining operatives and leadership in Gaza from their looming demise.
فقد تم خلال اليومين الماضيين تقديم رؤية الحركة وموقفها من المقترح الذي قدمه لنا الإخوة الوسطاء المصريون والقطريون نهاية الأسبوع الماضي، وأكدنا في رؤيتنا على شروطنا في وقف إطلاق النار والانسحاب الكامل من القطاع وعودة النازحين إلى المناطق التي أخرجوا منها وتقديم المساعدات الإغاثية والطبية الكافية وإطلاق عملية الإعمار.
The refusal of the Islamist Hamas to accept the U.S. outline has seemingly frustrated the Biden administration, which remains hopeful to secure a ceasefire before the Muslim-observed month of Ramadan.
It's in the hands of Hamas right now. The Israelis have been cooperating. There's an offer out there that's rational. We don't know what. We'll know in a couple days if it's going to happen. But we need the ceasefire.
It is important to know that while Israel accepted the outline proposed by the U.S., Qatar, and Egypt, Jerusalem is also working to alleviate tensions in relation to the month of Ramadan. Following a meeting that was held with top security officials and several cabinet ministers, Prime Minister Netanyahu announced that no new restrictions would be imposed on Muslim Israelis vis-à-vis access to the Al-Aqsa Mosque on the Temple Mount during the highly contentious month.
המדיניות של ישראל תמיד הייתה ותמיד תהיה לשמור על חופש הפולחן לכל הדתות. כך נהגנו כמובן גם בחג הרמדאן וכך ננהג גם עכשיו. אנחנו נעשה הכל כדי לשמור על חופש הפולחן בהר הבית, תוך כדי שמירה מתאימה של צורכי הביטחון והבטיחות, ונאפשר לציבור המוסלמי לחוג את החג.
It's worth noting that an estimated 50 to 60,000 Israeli Muslims are expected to attend worship on Jerusalem's Temple Mount in the first week of Ramadan, whereas access by West Bank Palestinians would be subject to age-based restrictions and pending ISA approval. Meanwhile, in Ankara, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan hosted Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas at his palace, during the course of which he leveled a threat to Israel.
Yaklaşmakta olan Ramazan ayı bağlamında provokasyonların önlenmesi gereğine ilişkin mesajlarımızı ilgili yerlere iletiyoruz. Radikal İsrailli siyasetçilerin Müslümanların harem-i şerife girişinin kısıtlanması yönündeki talepleri tam anlamıyla bir hezeyandır. Böyle bir adım atılmasının sonuçları şüphesiz çok ağır olacaktır.
The Turkish head of state continued by addressing Russian-led efforts to forge unity among all rival Palestinian factions, including Abbas's Fatah, the Islamist Hamas, and the Iranian proxy Palestinian Islamic Jihad.
Filistinli kardeşlerimiz arasında birlik ve mutabakat sağlama gayretlerini de yakından takip ediyoruz. Gelinen aşamada İsrail'in zulmüne verilecek en güzel cevaplardan biri Filistinliler arası birliğin ve beraberliğin sağlanmasıdır. Bu alanda da üzerimize düşeni yapmaya her zaman hazırız.
سنواصل توحيد شعبنا وأرضنا سنعيد توحيد فصائل الشعب الفلسطيني وسنواصل العمل على توحيد صفوفنا وفق البرامج السياسية والالتزامات الدولية لمنظمة التحرير الفلسطينية الممثل الشرعي والوحيد لشعبنا الفلسطيني.
It is important to highlight that the Russian-led Palestinian unity talks concluded absent any concrete progress. Nevertheless, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov voiced hope during a Turkish diplomacy forum at the start of this month that an adopted joint communique by the rival Palestinian factions exhibited promise.
Вот коммюнике, который был принят вчера на встрече в Москве, вот этих палестинских фракций, впервые они записали готовность уважать платформу организации палестинского ПЛО, Организации освобождения Палестины. Если это не останется лозунгом, но это будет, в общем-то, неплохим шагом вперед к тому, чтобы они стали действительно едины и одним языком разговаривали с внешним миром.
Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. It is important to highlight that TV7 Israel is a donation-based non-profit ministry with all of our productions available free of charge. Therefore, if you're blessed by our daily updates and would like to help us bear the costs, we would appreciate it if you would consider making a donation. You can do so by visiting our website at www.tv7israelnews.com. Separately, I'd like to encourage you, pray for the peace of Jerusalem and salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Hessen wishing you an Erev Mevorach, and God willing, we'll see you during our upcoming TV7 Israel updates. Until then, Shalom from Jerusalem.